All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the People Bulls podcast. We got the big mono green judge himself. We got Russ. He's back. What's up, Russ? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We just saw you in North Carolina, Charlotte, selling some cards, smacking some casuals around, man. Today we are talking about the color green, and we're going to talk about the baby girl Selvala. Our last podcast, we talked about it a little bit, but we didn't get there. And I love Selvala. I've never played her. I might pick her up. And then Russ is the fucking man when it comes to Selvala. It's so insane.
I am known as a mono green gamer, just a little bit.
Yeah, I played Russ once or twice. I want to say twice. And both times it was like, oh, he's the problem. In this four-color pile of cards, I can't do anything about Selvala. We're like, remove it. He's like, okay, cool. Recast her. I have 19 mana. Phyrexian Dreadnought. Whole priority. Tapper. I have 38 mana in my mana pool. And we're like, oh, we're dead. Cool.
I once cast her turn, before Jeweled Lotus was banned, but turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 on turn 6.
Oh, you cast her each turn, you mean?
I cast her each turn. She was killed or countered or something every turn. And I cast her on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 on 6.
If that's not resilience, I don't know what is. What do you think, before we get into green, what do you think, like, why people don't play a lot of mono green anymore? Because for me, I feel like that's the best mono color.
So I think it's the best mono color, but for a CDH standpoint, it has the least amount of interactiveness as other colors.
Okay.
So if you're just going for your win attempt, fine. But that's not what other people are going for, and they usually have blue or some form of interaction that can stop you from winning, and then you run into a lack of interaction to stop other people from winning.
I don't know, man. Your deck was very interactive. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have built my deck to be quite interactive, which is something that people don't expect out of mono green.
Right, exactly. Well, we're going to put his deck up here in a little bit, but I agree. I was just like, what the... Why are you... He's making creatures fight our creatures. And then, like, we counter things, and then he responds and brings it back from the graveyard. And then it's just like, what? What the fuck is Titania Song? Get out of here.
Titania Song is a card that people have to read a few times.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many times? Oh, okay. Can I read it again? yeah, man. It's free information. Read it as many times as you want.
Yeah, go ahead, read it. And then people will try and remove it and then not realize the last line of text on it, but we can go over that later.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. It becomes artifacts and what? Now my artifacts don't have... I can't tap. Like, it's crazy.
You've got creatures.
Yeah.
I give you creatures.
Yeah.
Unless they're 0 CMC, and then they die.
Right. That's so funny. So let's talk about the color green. So you just went over it. It's not really that interactive. Me personally,
it is, I believe, the fastest, besides Thor. If you have a natural Thoracle, whatever. But
yeah,
I mean, even without Jeweled Lotus, I can attempt a consistent win attempt on turn 3. Not many other monocolor decks can do that. I don't think any can.
Maybe Magda, but I don't think Magda likes to do that. I think Magda likes to hold back and go with him.
Yeah, Magda possibly can go on turn 3, but
they're like the perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a very good hand, and you're not protected in any way if you're going for it on that. So you probably need like opening rocks into Bottle Cap Blast into a bunch of other, just not a ultra consistent way of doing it. But they're more a Staxy version usually, so that's fine.
Right.
Which is what I've actually swapped my deck. I used to run a much more turbo, just attempt to win as soon as possible, but with the bans losing Crypt and Lotus and people swapping to a much more control-y off of Rogsai back to Blue Farm, that sort of thing, where they were attempting to go as fast as possible. And where I had to just race them, now I can actually slow down and stacks a bit.
But that's what you like, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is the better version, at least in current meta. Obviously, if things change, then things change. But
I feel like for green, instead of like a Silence or a Force of Will, you have a Collector Roof. You have a No Rock.
I do. I have 3 Collector Roofs.
Right. I feel like for you, like, yeah, I don't have interaction, but
You can't do anything.
The only thing that stops me is like a curse totem, I guess. Like that's about
curse
it.
totem. So, and I also have a ton of ways of dealing with artifacts in the deck because artifacts and enchantments. So people attempting to win through breach, I can stop that. People attempting to stacks out the game otherwise, I can stop that. I can win through a lot of the non-creature stacks like deafening silence. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Oh no. Your Ristic Study, I will pay every time.
Yeah, exactly. You don't care.
Mana, I can produce.
Right. And we're talking a little bit off air. There's a new mono green deck, the Lumbra, the Bear. I thought it was a
deck
joke.
Is kind of crazy.
That deck beat me at the Boyle 2, the second biggest CDH tournament ever. There's a redemption tournament. The first round, that deck won turn 3, turn 4, and we're like, what the fuck is this? That was like the next week it came out. Ever since then, I was like, dude, holy shit, lands? Right? So you definitely got to watch out for mono green. So I've asked everybody in this mini series. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's just one of those things where mono green, if you know how to play against it, you can play against it a little bit better. But often people don't know how to play against it.
Right, exactly.
It's not something they see all the time. It's something that they aren't used to. So it does have an advantage in that way. I remember distinctly, I was once op agented in response to a tutor. And the guy was looking through my deck. He's like, I don't know what to grab. I don't know what he's doing.
Fail to find.
I don't know what he's attempting to do here. I was like, that's exactly the point.
Just take the Crater Hoof Behemoth. It's casual.
There's no Crater Hoof.
I know. That's so funny. So
that's what people expect me to do is just big idiot swing at you. I'm like, no, I can kill you in 9 different ways. How would you like to die?
I was going to say your infinite mana combos. There's like 9 of them. But just talking about green first before we get into Selvala. Green as a color, where would you rank it in the color pie? And I ask everybody this, is green the best color?
In CDH or in general?
CDH.
I think it is the best support color. That and white are the best support colors.
Yeah, I think white. Nowadays.
White with the silence effects, white with the stacks effects, like the Dranith and Grand Abolisher, things like that. White doesn't do the winning, but white does a lot of the help.
Right.
And especially if you have both green and white, there's even more stacks pieces, even more tutors. You can get Eladamri's Call, you can get all the creature tutors, you can get the other Kutzel, the other Grand Abolisher. So it turns into a much more... I mean, if you look at the stacks piles, they're usually Naya or Abzan, which are both green, white, and something.
Right.
So...
Right. Yeah, Abzan's fucking gross.
Where all they're doing is stopping you until they go for a win.
Yeah, for me, I feel like mono green's the best color, but I still feel like green is maybe the 3rd or 4th best color just in CDH. But you have to think like
it's
the 4 color decks.
The best color,
right? Well, I just asked it because it's the mini series. I ask every color this.
I get it.
We all know what the best color is.
I'm not that delusional on mono green.
right. But I agree though. Like just since post ban was so like TNT, like Like red is the worst color probably by far to me, and I feel like TNT isn't that deck without green.
If you think about it, the only thing that I can't believe how much Devoted Druid's seeing play again now with Swift Reconfiguration and
Hazel
and the Hazel.
Holy shit! It's just so I have Tethered Stasios. It's so easy to win. Does this survival of fittest resolve? Does this crop rotation for my fucking Guy's Credit resolve? I win. Like it's so easy to win. That's why it seems like.
Yeah, I like the whole. People also don't get that. Devoted Druid can just kill itself once it enters, even if you can't tap it yet.
Yeah, well, you can respond to anything they're doing and just okay. I'll give it.
No, not even that. So a lot of people think you can't activate the untap ability unless it can tap.
You can,
but no, if it's in play, you can just put 2 counters on it, kill it, and then Hazel.
Yeah, it's funny. I was at a tournament and you watched me. I get infinite mana, and then I consoled to every single win con was gone, but I was still going, and it was just so easy to get infinite mana. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I guess activating Thrasios. I guess." And it took me. And you're
We'll
right
find
next to me,
something.
and then we ended up drawing, and you're like, "There's no way you didn't get a win there." And you went through. You're like, "Yeah, I guess everything's gone."
There's literally nothing.
There's nothing there. So I put Hullbreaker back in the deck after that. But it's just so
That
easy
makes
to
sense.
win. So I feel like with green, right? So it's not the best color. Do you think, besides just Dass's Oracle, do you think it's the best like combo color? Like I'm looking at some mono green decks, and there's so many, like Ashaya and the Quarren Ranger, and then this, and then that. That new green busted tutor, that's a win con by itself. Do you think that's the best like combo color?
I think it's the best monocolored combo color for sure.
Okay.
I think if you are if you're mixing colors, then obviously you have Breach and things like that. But
right, that's what I mean.
Red doesn't. The red only has wheel that combos with Breach and red, so it would. When you add other colors together, it may not be the best, but by itself, green does what it wants to do. I think the most resilient as well.
Well, I think Kennen is so bested because it's in Simic.
Because of green.
It has card advantage and it has the green. I feel like Kennen's not as good in Rakdos or Selesnya or Dimir. I think Kennen's it's in the perfect colors.
Green's where you get all of the dorks and everything that can tap for mana to activate for Kennen.
Mm-hmm.
Where if that was even if it was green-white or blue-white, you wouldn't get there.
Right. Yeah, I think Kennen's in the best colors because it's just like you have the green shit, you have the tutors, you have the big thorn mammoth,
and you have the protection from blue. Yeah,
right.
If Selvala was blue-green,
well, we're not going down Fantasyland. Your PP's going blue-green. What? I know,
but it would be great. That's all.
I do want to say, side note, in a couple of weeks, they're talking about unbanning stuff. And can we talk about how busted green is going to be if they unban Primetime? People don't understand.
I'll give you a controversial take. I don't think it'll be anywhere near that good.
Primetime in Kennen is going to be, we have to kill this right now. Because now Amulet of Vigor is going to be in. And now they're going to win instant speed. Like, it's going to be...
I don't think it'll do. I don't think it will actually see any play in Kennen. What I think is somebody will try it. It won't do any. Like everybody's gonna try it because Primetime. It's gonna be too slow.
All the Cradle decks, it's gonna be Rog Thrasios, all the big mana decks, Selvala. What's 6 mana in Selvala?
I'm not putting in it.
Why not?
Because it doesn't win.
Yeah, but it gets combo pieces. It gets the lands. In Kennen, you have a Seaborn Muse. I'll activate, get a Primetime. Okay, untap. I have my Cradle. I have my Emergent Zone. I have my Treasure Vault. I just feel that's better than Thorn Mammoth. I feel like that's better than
Thorn Mammoth Thorn Mammoth is one of the best cards. Thorn Mammoth is ultra oppressive because anytime you put a creature into play, you kill anything they have. Primetime doesn't do that.
Yeah, I understand. Like
Primetime gets you 2 tapped lands
type deck.
Yeah. So you get 2 lands on if Seedborn Muse. You want to be able to do something that you can do on everybody's turn.
Right.
Yeah, it gets you Cradle. It gets you Nykthos or something. It can tutor Talon Gates, which. It being able to tutor Talon Gates or Emergent Zone is, I think, the only reason why it would ever see play. But even Emergent Zone enters tapped. Talon Gates will get its effect, but that only counts if you're putting it into play.
Yeah.
So, I think it will... I mean, people will play it, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as impactful as people think.
Really? Yeah, I don't think
I would say
unbanning... Go ahead.
I would say unbanning Sylvan Primordial would be more offensive for Kinnan than Primetime.
Me and my brother were talking about that for sure, but people are horny for Primetime. That's why everyone's talking about it. Yeah. But who knows? We're just speculating. But we can agree to disagree, but I don't think it goes in every green deck, but I think mono green and the low color green decks are going to love this card. But you're the green player, so you can say you're wrong.
I personally won't be even attempting to play it.
Okay.
Because my 6 mana creatures, at least the ones that I play,
are win cons.
Are win the game. Impactful creatures.
Okay. And I feel like with Primetime and CDH, it's not going to be the best card in the format, and it's going to be good in certain decks. But casual, I don't think it'll be unbanned because casuals are going to be like, fuck this card.
It will be the best card in a slow game.
Yeah. I just feel like with Rog Thrasios,
CDH slow game.
my Tevistachios deck with Enduring Vitality, all the mana I can get, all the shit I could tap. Now they're playing Candelabra now. They're going to play Amulet of Vigor if this gets unbanned. I feel like all those big mana green decks are going to love this card.
But and I may be completely wrong if somebody could find a new thing to do with it. But
yeah. I
could see it going into Kodama. Kodama Sakashima would use it insanely well.
Okay, so you're saying it's not going to be a staple, but in the right deck, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, because Kodama Sakashima, it grabs your bounce land, which is how you win the game.
It doesn't matter if it enters tapped.
Nope.
Yeah, because Kodama sees it, and then you get double.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it only happens once, right?
It happened. Well, it depends. If you have Kodama Sakashima, you get 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess you're right. Yeah, I mean, anyways, side tangent. Agree, disagree. Yeah. Let's find out. Like, I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it unbanned. I mean, I don't think it would be anywhere near bad to unban it.
But besides, like, the obvious, like, hole breachers, the card I think we should never unban is fucking Fastbond. That card
Fastbond does not need to be unbanned.
Blow this format wide open. You want to see both?
Especially with Lumra.
Every deck. Work deck's not playing fast. I don't care if you're on 28 lands. 1 mana, get 4 lands into play. Like, holy shit.
it would be ridiculous. I would play it even like you said, I'm only on 28 lands. I would still play that card.
Both Citadel and green now, like that's just a win con. Like that card is just busted. But
where it just filters through everything.
Yeah. But anyways, so the green. So I feel like besides like the demonic tutors, the vampire tutors, and all that, I feel like when I build a deck and it has green in it, the green tutors are just so strong in this format.
If what you need are creatures, then yeah.
Dude, I'm playing
that's
Najila.
Pretty much what you always need.
This format is creatures. I'm playing Najila, and people are countering fucking finales on 2s and finales on 3s and quarter callings on 2s. Oh, you could get a Thorkel. You get a Nerve Vitality. And I'm just like, what are you getting? I don't know. Like, they're like, oh no, we got to counter it. And I'm like, oh man, damn it! Like,
I can't tell you how many times I've had a finale on 1 get countered.
Yeah, Green Sun Zenith on 2, and they're like, nope, that could be blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's a fucking mana dork. I'm getting a green creature. Nope, I can't let you do it. Okay, whatever. It comes into play. It just finale on 2, Grand Abolisher win. Like, how many times did that happen? I don't know what he gets here. What's he going to get here? I don't have an interaction for it. No, I don't either. Okay, cool. Grand Abolisher win the game. And it's like...
I think one of my favorite things to do with tutors is to pay over what you're going to be grabbing. So, like, if I'm going to grab an Allosaurus Shepherd, I'll do finale for X equals 2.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you grab for 2? I'm like, I don't know. They're like, what, a Priest of Titania? I'm like, we'll see. Anyway, Allosaurus Shepherd.
2 or less. Yeah.
Yep.
I did that once for Thorkel. If I did X is 3, and they're like, ooh, X is 3, that's scary, counter it. And then I fought over it, and they're like, oh, you're fighting over X is 3? And I was like, because X is 2, obviously it's a Thorkel. But they would have been like, if you'd done 2, we wouldn't have said anything. But it was for 3, and I was like, backfired. Fuck. Damn it.
So I know you wanted to take a look at my current list.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if I got everything for green. What are, before we get into Selvala, what's mono green's, or just green in general, the strengths and weaknesses? Obviously the creature tutors, right? What do you think?
Tutors, tutors into play specifically.
Yeah.
Where you can't do anything once they're in play, because most people have counter spells, not removal. Right. Spot removal is very, very light in specifically CDH. You've got Deadly Rollick, maybe Swords.
Yeah. Alright, we're good. Yeah, so I feel like Selvala, Marwyn, now the new Lumber, I feel like that's just the best thing to do, and especially in mono green. Let's go ahead and read it for the people. 1 green, Elf Scout 2/3. When another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card. If its power is greater than each other creature's power, so even your opponent's creatures would trigger this.
So what's fun about Selvala is every creature triggers Selvala.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Not even things that would only draw. If you play a 1/1, it triggers Selvala.
Oh, okay. And then she sees it upon resolution.
And then if on resolution it's greater than every other creature, you can draw a card. Because you can pump a creature and draw a card off of it, even if it wasn't the biggest entering.
In response to the trigger, you can pump it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not what's called an intervening if. It doesn't have the intervening if, meaning it triggers even if it wouldn't draw the card. I have actually used it to kill an Azusa before she gets to play the extra lands.
Really?
Because Azusa is only a 1/2.
Yeah.
But it triggers off Selvala, and they're like, oh, do I get to draw? I'm like, no, but your creature's dead before you can play your lands.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that's awesome. And then she has add green tap, add X mana, and any combination of colors with X's greatest power among creature control. That part, for me, that's the combo. And then, besides just mono green Selvala, Cedh is like one of the best cards in Cedh because of that bottom ability.
If Cedh is at 5,
it's over. Yeah, I was talking about this off air, but I feel like Selvala is one of those like famously. You're trying to get into CDH like 5 years ago. She was one of the powerhouses, and mono green has always been good in this format. So let's go through here. So how does she feel in today's meta?
Hey, personally, I can't say that I've ever not at least topped when I play. I don't get to play much, but I have always done well with her. One, because people just don't understand what they're doing against her.
Mm-hmm.
And two, this version specifically is very stacks heavy.
Okay.
Compared to old iterations. Obviously, it doesn't have the stacks creatures and things like that, but Titania Song is such a good card.
We're going to get to that later.
But actually, I don't even think this is the fully updated. There's 2 new cards that get put in from... did I update it? Let me make sure. Yeah, there's another new card. That it's a creature that got added. Karmetra's Alkalite got replaced by the... There's a new creature that taps equal to the toughness of creatures you control.
Oh.
So, any of my big idiots, as I like to call them, are they still go infinite? Yeah, that one, the Arbor Adherent.
Oh, I saw this card because I think it's a new Kennen card.
Yeah,
because it extra taps for 3, right? Or it's toughness. Yeah. So in Kennen it taps for 5. So then if you untap,
it doesn't count itself.
Other creatures. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the other
one.
But
even with Kennen out, it would tap for a minimum 3. Because Kennen's a 2.
Okay. But do you think this deck is... Do you think it's you, or do you just think it's the deck? Do you think you're killing all these kids because you're good at Magic and you're a judge and then da-da-da? Or do you think, like, a beginner could take this deck and do really good?
A beginner most certainly could not take the deck.
No?
It definitely takes an understanding of the deck. I could tell you at any point what card I would need to win at this point.
Mm-hmm.
With the amount of mana I have, what's in play. I mean, that's just me. I have memorized all cards in this deck.
Mm-hmm. Is there any, spike... I try to do this podcast for beginners. Is there any cards that normally aren't in Selvala that you wouldn't recommend until, like, you're a good player?
So the easiest ones, obviously, to do are the Ashaya, either the Ashaya Ranger loops. Yeah, either Ashaya and then either Curian Ranger or Scrib Ranger. Just the normal mono green. That, and then the other simple one is Staff of Domination. Is once you have a creature with power 6 or greater, you kind of just win the game.
Can you explain this combo real quick? The Ashaya combo?
Yeah. So Ashaya turns your creatures into lands, into forests. Okay. When you are looking at the Ashaya itself, when it's in play, all of your creatures are forests. That means they can all tap for green, but it also is very specifically good with the cards Scrib Ranger and Curian Ranger. Both of those cards have the exact same ability of bounce a forest to your hand, untap a creature. So when Ashaya is in play, Kyrian Ranger is a forest.
Okay. Return itself.
So you can return itself.
Untap Selvala.
Untap Selvala.
Or anything.
So as long as you have Selvala tapping for at least 3 mana, which if you have lands in play, Ashaya is at least 3. Because Ashaya is 1, Selvala is 1, and then a land would put her to 3. Oh. And then with the Kyrian Ranger in play, that's 4.
You just win.
So
okay.
You just win. Well, you get infinite mana.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. It's so easy to get infinite mana. This is like I don't know if anybody's ever played green before, but this is like the main green combo that's in every mono green deck, right?
It's the best way to get infinite mana.
Okay. The 2-card
now,
combo.
There are 2-card combo, infinite mana. Okay. And if you have Woodland Bellower, which is that left one, or the bottom left, that, if you have Woodland Bellower and Ashaya in play, Woodland Bellower grabs Kyrian Ranger.
Non-legendary creature, 3 left on the battlefield. Oh, okay. 6 mana.
And then, once you make your infinite mana, you can use Kyrian Ranger to bounce Woodland Bellower.
Oh, okay, and then get whatever else you want.
And then you can what I usually go grab is Eternal Witness.
Eternal Witness. Okay.
So go grab back a tutor that I've used most likely because I have 11 or 12 tutors in the deck.
Yeah, like trillion.
Yeah.
Green Thumbs Unit.
Which then goes and grabs Temur Sabertooth.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. So that grabs Temur Sabertooth, which at that point, with infinite mana, Eternal Witness, and Temur Sabertooth, you can cast your tutors an infinite number of times.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So you return Ewit to your hand, cast Ewit, return
cast it again, pick up the tutor again. Yeah.
Talk about
and
fucking...
Good. There's so many lines in the deck that you find while playing. Like, when I first started playing the deck, it was 6 years ago. There's obviously the easy ones that people talk about. It's like Staff of Domination, Ashaya. Well, Ashaya wasn't even around when I started playing it. It used to be Cloudstone Curio Loops, but...
Ooh.
Ballista is one of the cards that is not in every deck.
Okay.
But I personally play it because it gets through a lot of the hate.
Okay.
So it can kill through an Angel's Grace if needed because you just do it in their upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
It can kill through like one card, like Rule of Law effects. If you can make your mana on board, then cast Ballista and you win with only one spell.
Okay. I was going to ask you, how do you win? Go ahead.
Okay, so there are quite a few different ways of winning. Ballista is one of them. So Ballista, obviously, you cast it for X equals a billion mana, you kill the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the easiest win condition. Through that, there's other creatures that can win, that have win cons. Relic Golem is one that has a win con. The artifact creature. It just mills everybody.
Okay.
There is the Eternal Witness loops with Beast Within, where I can get rid of all permanents in play.
I was going to ask why you're in Beast Within, but that makes sense.
Yeah. It's also just one of the most efficient removal spells. It can hit any permanent, doesn't matter what issue. Infectious Bite is another win condition.
That's a win con, yeah.
Yeah. You cast that 10 times, and you don't need them to have 10 creatures because you have a Birds of Paradise, which has 0 power.
Oh, okay.
And so their creature never dies. And if they don't have a creature, you cast a Beast Within, give them a creature.
So how does it deal damage if it doesn't deal damage?
Or it just does its damage equal to its power, which is 0, so it doesn't do any damage.
Oh, okay. So that doesn't have to resolve. It's just each opponent gets a poison counter.
Yep, it doesn't. It doesn't have to do any damage to get the poison counter. Then with the
Invigorate, yes.
There you can cast Invigorate an infinite number of times.
I guess Finale too. Infinite mana Finale kill people.
Infinite mana Finale. Infinite mana.
Yeah.
So a lot of them a lot of the not just win the game cards revolve around looping Ewit.
Okay.
Where you can cast Season of Gathering an infinite number of times, which puts counters on all your creatures.
Choose it with 5 worth emoji. Choose the same element. Put a counter creature element. Draw cards of this. Yeah, this deck is fucking crazy.
It can kill all creatures with Legolas's quick reflexes. It can put infinite number of counters on things with Archdruid's Charm.
Mm-hmm.
It can I can gain infinite life with Staff of Domination. The Umbral Mantle I can also make my creatures infinitely large with.
Mm-hmm. So the name of the game is get a bunch of mana, infinite mana, and then
99% of the time it's infinite mana into tutor for a win con and kill you.
Yeah, what I like about this list is you normally see mono green stacks, right? Your list, you're on like 3 or 4 stacks, but those stacks are like heartbreaking. Like no Rod, Maze, like Amethyst. Those are like you're hitting everybody. You're hitting every different
Titania Song.
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. Let's fucking talk about this girl real quick.
Yeah, so this card has been errated from what I play. The version I play is the Antiquities printing.
Yeah,
but effectively what it does is it Karn activations all artifacts in play. All non-creature artifacts.
Each non-creature artifact loses all abilities and becomes an artifact creature with power toughness equal to its mana value. If this enchantment leaves the battlefield, this deck continues till end of turn.
So that's the weird part that people get kind of thrown up on.
Yeah.
So
you remove it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for the turn.
Oh my god.
So you need to remove it on the turn before you're attempting to do something.
It's non-creature artifact. So all mana rocks become artifacts.
Become a 2/2, a 1/1, something, yeah.
Oh, Chromox dies.
And if there's 0, Chromox dies, Mox Diamond dies, Treasures die, every 0 dies. Oh. So not only does it turn off your mana rocks, if there's 0s, they die.
Jesus Christ.
It also kills artifact lands, but most people don't play those. But
yeah, your land pack is pretty good.
It's pretty standard.
Okay, man, bacon.
I mean, it's effectively your normal green basis with Forests, Yavimaya, Gemstone, Boseiju, Cradle. And then you have a number of utility lands that you can run. There's a ton of different ones you can run.
And I feel like Selvala, it's been around a while, so a lot of people know about Selvala. But 2 things before we go. I'm running out of time already. But 2 things: why Selvala over the mono green deck? And why Selvala over like a 3/4 color green deck?
So I think, so the reason why I originally built Selvala was budget-wise. I built her at, I think it was like a $60 budget. And you can build a CEDH level Selvala deck for under $200.
That's insane. In this economy?
Because
that's wild.
You miss out on a few of the win conditions. And the biggest thing that I would say if you're ever going to build Selvala is the Dreadnought. Dreadnought is needed. Which Dreadnought is a 1-mana 12/12.
Yeah, so this enters sacrifice it, so you hold priority on the ETB, tap Selvala.
Yeah, so it is effectively the best ritual in Magic. It says 2 mana because it's one to cast and 1 to activate Selvala. Make 12 mana and draw a card.
Yeah, do you remember in our when we played? You remember what I did to it?
I know my Dreadnought's been... Was it when you Torpor Orbed?
No, I misstepped it.
Oh yes, well I've had my Dreadnought. Yeah. I've had my Dreadnought misstepped. I've had it strict serenaded. People don't like my Dreadnought.
I love the judges' politics. Come on, man, it's just a 1-mana 12/12. I'm like, get that shit out of my face.
Well, it dies.
Yeah, it doesn't. Doesn't it die?
Yeah. It does die. It just gets me some mana first and a card.
Yeah,
but the reason why I like Selvala over a lot of other mono green decks is she is a draw outlet and a mana outlet in the same card.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that too. Say you're doing your loop, right? One of your loops like the internal witness loops or your Team Saber Tooth loops, as you're bringing them in, you're just recasting the big guys. You're drawing your deck.
So yeah, if once you have infinite mana, if you have Team or Sabertooth out, if you control the biggest creature, you can bounce that creature and replay it an infinite number of times to draw your deck.
Ghalta for 2 mana.
Yeah. Ghalta. It even works with Dreadnought.
Kogla, yeah, Dreadnought, yeah.
Because in response to it attempting to die, you bounce it.
I'm gonna bounce it. Yeah. And then it'll fizzle. That's so.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
And also, CDH, you don't usually have a ton of big creatures running around. Ashaya, Realm Seekers, they're all going to usually be the largest creature. Realm Seekers is usually like a 20 power creature.
Yeah, I want to talk about the new tutor in a second.
Yeah, so new tutor just wins the game, same as Tooth and Nail.
Okay, yeah, we're talking about off air. So it's for green in general. Is this the best green card we've had in a long time?
In quite a while. It in just a normal like vacuum, it's comparable to the battle. In this deck specifically, Harmonize is one of the best mechanics I've ever had printed for it.
X green, green, green. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonized cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by an amount. Oh, in your fucking deck, dude?
I know.
Holy shit.
Harmonize, so basically all Harmonize says for my deck is green, 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 go put a creature from my deck into play.
Yeah, like normally like a TNT deck wants it because it's, okay, I'm going to play X green, green, and then maybe this turn or next turn, I'm going to win with the Harmonize. Your deck says X green, 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 I win the game.
I'm casting both of them in the same turn.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, 13 mana just wins the game, which sounds like a lot, but mono green 13 mana is child's play.
It's just so funny. 2 mana.
Because if you do X is 6, you get Woodland Bellower.
Yeah.
Which grabs Carrion Ranger.
Yeah.
And then if you tap Woodland Bellower for the Harmonize, Woodland Bellower 6. So it's 8 mana and then 4 mana for the triple green or for the quad green to grab Ashaya, and then 1 to tap Selvala.
I just love the play pattern of I'll play this 5 mana Ghalta. I'm gonna tap Selvala. Ghalta's out. I'm gonna cast this X green green. X is 1 getting Ranger. I'm gonna Harmonize it. Tap my Ghalta. Get anything I want. Yeah, like that's so good. God damn it! I love when they prank.
Yeah, Harmonize is ridiculous in this deck. I mean, Seasons of the Gathering, which was from Bloombarrow, is another really good effect for the deck.
Yeah,
because it's so versatile.
Mm-hmm.
I can blow up all artifacts and enchantments. I can draw cards equal to the greatest power, which is what I want to be doing anyway. It's a win condition with the counters.
It does everything you want to do.
Yeah, if I don't need to be blowing up artifacts or enchantments, I get to put 2 more counters on the biggest creature I control and draw 2 more cards.
Yeah, well, the floor is 6 mana.
5 counters.
Yeah, 5 counters, so 6 mana. The bottom ability and destroy all fucking mana rocks and Rhystic Studies. Like,
well, I mean, what I have used it for is 6 mana, blow up all artifacts, enchantments, and put a counter on a creature I control. Because you can choose the same mode twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can blow up all artifacts, all enchantments. Yeah,
and you can make like a mana dork bigger and tap Selvala if you don't have your big dumb guy.
Or just make her bigger. Oh, yeah. And she'll tap for 3 or whatever.
Oh, one thing I would want to say before, I don't know why I wasn't recording. So he said one game, what was it? So you recast her for 4 turns, and the 5th turn you won. Like, that's crazy.
Oh no, I cast her 5 turns and won on the 6th turn. Yeah, I cast her on turn 1,
but you don't need it.
Yeah, I cast her turn 1 with a Jeweled Lotus. I played a Dork with a land.
Mm-hmm.
She got, I think, Swords. Turn 2, I played a Mana Crypt, a land, and cast her for 5.
Yeah.
The next turn, the player before me played a Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which turns all lands into that you control into all land types.
Mm-hmm.
Played 2 more lands, so they were on 4 mana. I played a Carpet of Flowers, got 4 mana from them because all of their lands are islands.
Oh shit!
Cast her for 7. That got I think it was Path to Exiled, so I got a basic.
Sweet.
Next turn cast her for 9. She got Abrupt Decayed. Then I used a Command Tower to put her into my hand.
Command Beacon.
Or Command Beacon, yeah, Command Beacon put her into my hand.
Yeah.
And cast her for 3 and won the game the next turn.
Yeah. There's not really any haste enablers, are there?
Crossroads. It's an enchantment.
Oh, yeah. This is like the only deck I like this card in.
Yeah, you don't play it until you're attempting to win.
You're trying to win, yeah.
Yeah. But even then, most CDH decks don't benefit from haste. I wouldn't say just play it out randomly.
Well, the green decks.
But the only deck that super cares about it is Kinnan.
Yeah. Kinnan, Thrasios Rog right now is crazy. They're getting all these dumb creatures. Tap for mana because Vitality.
Yeah.
But you're right, though.
So,
it's 1 green mana.
It's 1 green mana.
Selvala, 1 green mana win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it also allows you to do some interesting loops with the Temur Sabertooth, where you can bounce Selvala and replay her.
Retap her.
And since she has haste, you can retap her.
5, 6, and then do it again.
As long as you have a 7 power creature that goes infinite.
I feel like it opens up like every line. And also, okay, fine, you stop me. I'll have all these big dumb idiots attack.
Yeah, that's another reason why I like the deck. Oh no, you have a Rule of Law in play. I have a Galta.
E for 12? Trample?
Yeah. Or the deck gets very hurt by Torpor Orb, things that stop ETBs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also just going to smack you with 12/12s.
12/12, 5/5, 6/5, 7/6.
So one of my favorite thing is 2020 with the Realm Seeker.
I was going to say, I don't even know the math on that.
Well, if you assume everybody starts with 7, obviously.
Yeah.
You would assume probably by the time I'm casting this, which is turn 3, people have
like
5
6,
on average.
Mm-hmm.
So 20.
Mm.
But even if it's 10, oh no.
Oh, fucking Selvala. I was like, why is this card in the deck? 6 mana for 14. Like,
yeah. It also tutors Beseiju. It tutors Talongate.
That's why I thought it was relevant, because I'm like, oh, you could just tutor a land. No, it's just a fucking...
It does both.
Okay. Alright.
Well, because it tutors a semi-removal spell with Talongate if there's an issue creature.
Mm-hmm.
The land, because you could just pay 4 mana to put it into play.
Last march for the hand. Damn, I was going to say... You don't have interaction, but you have fucking card draw. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's the thing is I do have interaction. I have a lot of the instants deal with things.
Okay.
So Emerald Charm destroys an enchantment. Emerald Charm specifically says destroy target breach.
Non-or enchantment. Or Smothering Tithe.
Yeah, Smothering Tithe, Breach, Rhystic Study.
Yeah, Mr. Gamora.
Legolas's Quick Reflexes, Beast Within, Nature's Claim, Force of Vigor. Most people's win condition, it's a protection spell and a pump spell.
Target creature can't be target spells. Use +4/+4. Does Selvala count for herself?
Any creature.
Oh. Okay.
But Archdruid's Charm, Infectious Bite.
Yeah.
Archdruid's Charm is another one that got printed where there's just so much versatility to it.
Oh my god, I know. This card's fucking busted.
Tutor a creature, kill something, or exile an artifact or enchantment.
Well, I like it. 3 mana.
Tutor land, tutor cradle, something, anything.
What's the 4? Tutor for a random creature, random guy's cradle, or kill something, or exile Rhystic Study.
Yeah, exactly. It's Flores. What do you need it to do right now?
Exactly. I think there's these new modal cards.
Emerald Charm. I used it to knock a Tivit out of the air and kill it.
Get the fuck out of here.
It also says untap Selvala.
Yeah.
Or Cradle.
Choose 2. Oh, that'd be so good.
It untaps a permanent, so it can untap Gaia's Cradle too.
Yeah, I gotta go, but there's one more card I wanted to talk about. Damn it, I lost it.
It's funny because also a fun win condition that people usually don't see as last thing, Destiny Spinner is a win condition.
Stuff you can't be countered.
Nope. The bottom ability.
Target land you control becomes X or X. Oh, and haste.
So you know how I untap all my creatures infinitely?
Target land you control becomes X.
I can turn a Cradle into a creature. And use it like I'm like a Selvala.
Yeah, how many enchantments do you have?
It doesn't. She's an enchantment. It doesn't matter.
Oh.
If Gaia's Cradle becomes a 1/1, I can now use it in my untap loops.
Oh shit! It has haste.
Yeah. So even if you play the Cradle that turn, you can still activate it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh,
and then it allows you to turn all of your lands. Yeah. So endurance loops it kind of work the same as Eternal Witness if because you can just kind of put them back into your deck and redraw them.
Oh, you fucking hate artifacts, Manglehorn.
Yeah. Between Manglehorn, Bane of Progress, Null Rod, Collector Oof, Titania Song, Season of Gathering.
Is this like the sweet spot? Soul Ring, Chromox? Like, you can still play these?
Yeah, because a lot of the times I can use it. Like, I don't care if I go turn 1 land, Soul Ring, Null Rod.
Okay, or land Chromox into like some mana thing. Yeah,
I have gone land Chromox Oof, and they're like, you turned off your own Chromox. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, well, like on the play, that's picking.
Exactly.
Or like
it doesn't care. And another thing, Root Maze is ridiculous for anything that runs fetch lands, which is every deck besides mine.
Oh yeah, fuck that card.
I can still cast
WinCon.
I can still cast turn 3 Selvala with a turn 1 Root Maze. I can go turn 1 Root Maze, turn 2 play a tapped land, play a Dork, turn 3 play Selvala.
Yeah. Do you have 2 seconds? I want to compare this to like a regular Selvala list.
I think the stock one is ASM's list. If you find ASM's list.
Okay. I was just gonna go on like.
Yeah, if you go to Moxfield, and I think if you just type in Selvala, ASM should be near the top.
Okay.
I'm in the Selvala Discord. I'm a judge in there, so if y'all ever want to pop in and say hi, you can. If you are curious about it or have any questions about it.
Yeah, I'll link it down below. You said
ASM.
ASM, yeah. A month ago, that was before the ban, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, theirs may not be completely updated. I think what else is NAJ may have one up that has a pretty decent view count up there.
Yeah, I just want something like nowadays people can look at. Here you go. All right, let's just compare. Let's just see. I'm trying to help the new guys, because this deck looks like fucking fun. All right, let's see. 20 cards, 21 cards. Okay. Earthcraft, Life Legacy, Carpet,
Showing
Microspawn, Spirit Guide.
I have played some of these cards. Carpet of Flowers is entirely dependent on your meta. If you think you're running into a lot of blue, you can play Carpet. I have no issue with Carpet.
Okay.
I don't think Food Chain Loops are worth playing.
I don't think so.
Which is where you get Scourge.
Well, it's exciting, right? Like, they're just the best card in the format.
Yeah, so Food Chain Loops really don't work. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Autumn's Veil. It's the Veil of Summer. You're not on Veil of Summer.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yep, I'm on Veil. Autumn's Veil is fine. It's another one that you can play.
Yeah. You're just playing more interaction is all.
Correct. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fine. Like
so
Bobble.
Fierce Empath is another one that you can be on. The Momentous Fall, Garrick, Greater Good, Life's Legacy, those are all just draw cards. There's a variety of ones that you can play.
Yeah, what about selling Microspawn?
I'm personally not tutorable because it's not green by a lot of the tutors. The tutor into play don't work with it because you need to be. It's a cast trigger.
Homeward Path.
Wandering Archaic is another one that I think is fine. Elvish Spirit Guide, I'm not a huge fan of. Same reason with Lotus Petal, is because one-time mana doesn't help.
In your deck.
Yeah.
You don't need
in Selvala. So in Selvala specifically.
Yeah, your deck has so much fucking mana, you don't need a 1 per.
The Cloudstone Curio loops are irrelevant now that you have a Shaya.
Okay, Life's Legacy. Okay, so there's not much. There's just interaction.
Yeah, Earthcraft is not needed.
Autumn's Veil, maybe, but I mean, you really need it?
No, I have Destiny Spinner over Autumn's Veil.
Yeah, Realm Seeker. Yeah, I like your list way more. Okay, so now we have a better idea. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna put his stuff down below. He's one of the judges at a Sky High. What is it? Where's that? Fort Pierce, I think.
Fort Pierce. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a monthly tournament. Russ is the judge. I recommend it. It's so awesome. It's so cool. I'm going to the big one. I think he's doing a top 10, and each person gets a dual land. Like if you're first, you get first pick. Second, you get second. I think that's a great idea. Because people are like, oh, I don't want Underground Sea, even though it's the most, but I need a Volcanic Island, right? So if they get third, they can get one. I think it's a great idea.
A lot of the dual lands are kind of comparable when, like, the blue ones are all kind of comparable with each other, so.
Yeah, for sure. But no, man, my buddy, I'm doing a SpongeBob gameplay soon, and he wanted to build Sandy, and I was like, I don't know, man, this Selvala looks really good. He's like, it's not Sandy Cheeks, though. He's like,
it is not Sandy Cheeks.
It's not a squirrel. And I was like, you're right. But I definitely think it's Selvala, Lumbra, and Marwyn are kind of right there, but every time I see Selvala in any other deck, just say you have to kill it. You cannot just say untap with a fucking Selvala, right? And
there's Yisan, which is a fine mono green deck. It does similar thing, but I do believe that Selvala offers the most alternate game plan because you just have the big idiots.
Right.
If you've been stacked out of the game or whatever, you're just sitting there going, here's 12.
Yeah, that's the funny part is the synergies with Selvala are still good. They're not dead cards.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a 4-mana 12/12 with trample. That's a fucking clock. You got rid of my Selvala, I have this Galta, hit you next turn, you interact with me, I hit you with Galta.
Player removal is stacks removal.
Right. So it's like the guy playing Curse Totem. All right, I'm going to build my board up, and I'm going to whack you.
You're just going to get hit by Galtas, and because people don't play the creatures big enough to deal with anything.
Right.
And what are you going to do, cast a Toxic Deluge for 12?
Right, all right. You got me. But next turn, I have all this mana and do it again. That's the thing. That's why I love big mana decks.
The biggest issue card that I was running into, which is funny, has nothing to do with Curse Totem. It was Lavinia. Not Lavinia. Linvala, the angel. Turns off activated abilities of creatures.
Yeah, Drana Linvala is really good right now. I played in Temna Sakashima.
Because there's Drana Linvala and Linvala, which both do the same thing.
But you don't care about creatures. You'll fucking murder a creature.
Well, that's the thing is I used to have a lot of ways of dealing with artifacts and enchantments. There weren't the fight spells.
Right.
The only thing that existed before was like Beast Within and Kogla to kill a creature.
Yeah, and it's funny. I feel like in modern day, Selvala just got better. You think Mono Green wouldn't get better. It's getting better, and that new card.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't wait to see when the format gets slower, the deck gets better.
And you get better cards, too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously better cards are getting printed now, but with a slower format, the deck is far better.
You got to think from the beginning of CDH, COVID era, when it started, people are playing from home, to now, you just named 10, 15 cards that are holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Just from the past, that time, we got Allosaurus Shepherd as crazy cards. The Delighted Halfling, which is an uncounterable Selvala.
Yeah.
All the new MDFCs, Endurance.
Kogla.
The Kogla, the Hammer Skull, which is another 6-drop. The new Tutors, Last March of the Ends, Nature's Rhythm, Season of Gathering.
Yeah. Legacy's Quick Reflexes.
Archdruid Charms, Legolas's Quick Reflexes.
Yeah.
What else we get? The
Not Titania's song.
Not Titania song. That is from Antiquities. The lands, we got a lot of got a lot of new lands with the Seju and Talongate and Yavimaya.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so before I let you go...
It does play with a lot of old cards.
Right. Before I let you go, was there any advice you would give to someone playing green or playing Selvala in general?